Joining us now on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline is now a former BYU quarterback, Tanner Mangum. Tanner, welcome back to the show. We understand you just spent some time in Daytona Beach. How was the beach in January?
Oh, thanks for having me, guys. It's good to be back on the show. Florida was great. I'm a big snow skiing fan. It's not that I don't like the winter, but it was good to get some sun, get some good vitamin D out there in Florida. It was a good experience, and I had a good time overall.
You played in the Spiral Tropical Bowl, and you went 11 of 12 for 68 yards. So you kept up the BYU quarterbacks throw for high completion percentage. I think that was a great thing.
Overall it's pretty good. It wasn't, never going to complain with 11 for 12. And especially in a bowl game where you only have 2 days to learn an offense and kind of get on the same page as everyone. But overall, all three quarterbacks on the team, we all threw the ball well. We all had a high completion percentage, and luckily we were able to win the game. But overall, it was just a fun time. It's always fun being able to meet different people from different schools across the country, connect with with different people from different backgrounds, and it was a good time. And then also, it never hurts being in front of a bunch of NFL scouts too. It's obviously not like one of the top premier games when it comes to senior all-star games, but it's still a great opportunity to play and showcase what you got in front of the NFL scouts.
Tanner, what kind of feedback are you receiving from scouts and your agent, for that matter, after the Spiral Tropical Bowl?
Well, I'm not going to get drafted for sure, and that's a given. But I think I can for sure get an opportunity. Just get an invite to mini camps, and then from there, you just got to make the most of your shot wherever it comes, and with whatever team it comes from, you just make the most of the opportunity. And so that's what I'm preparing for. I'm just going to work hard these next few months just to get in the best shape possible. With footwork, mechanics, throwing, so that I can have a good showing at Pro Day, and then hopefully receive some opportunities to get some invites to some different camps, and then just go do your best and show what you can do and make the most of the opportunities that come your way.
What kind of feedback or discussion was there with NFL scouts or others?
The NFL scouts, they know a lot. They've already done their homework. They've studied your career. They've watched a lot of film on you, and so. It's more just like, they want to get to know you. They want to get to know you on a personal level. What's your personality like? What are those intangible traits that you bring to the table? And they ask you some interesting questions too. Like one scout asked me if I knew what ISIS stood for. Just trying to just test your IQ a little bit, and unfortunately, I didn't know what it stood for in the moment, so I had to go look it up later, and I texted him later. I texted the scout later just to show him that I figured it out.
What is it?
It's the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Tanner Mangum educating the people on BYU Sports Nation.
I know when you.
This is one of the. Sometimes they ask you some interesting questions, some things out of left field, just to keep you on your toes. But overall, it's a great experience, and just to be able to showcase who I am as a person, on and off the field.
What's your timeline of training like over the next few months as you prepare for BYU Football Pro Day?
So I will be training out in Thousand Oaks, California, at the Sports Academy, and I'll be training with Quincy Avery. He's a quarterback coach. He's actually Deshaun Watson's quarterback coach. I've known him through my time with the Elite 11. I'll be out there with Dwayne Haskins, quarterback from Ohio State, which will be a great opportunity to learn from him. And so I'll be out there for the next couple months just until Pro Day, which I believe is March 29th in Provo. And so I'll just be, working hard, trying to, get as ready as possible for that in the end of March.
Will you be growing the "I'm not at BYU, I can grow a beard now"?
I guess we'll have to see. I've been doing a little. I've been experimenting a little bit now that I'm done. Just it feels good to just take a little bit of a break from the razor shaving. But we'll see. We'll see if it sticks. We'll see if it's something that I want to keep.
Tanner Mangum. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, still to be determined.
Yes, sir. Okay, Tanner Mangum.
You don't have to determine it. You just let it go. It's great.
BYU quarterback, with us on as he prepares for BYU Football Pro Day. How did your senior season at BYU shape you as an athlete and a person? Because you went through a lot. Your whole career you went through a lot, but this senior season was definitely another roller coaster year.
Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely wasn't the easiest thing to go through. But how it shaped me as a person was it taught me just important, valuable lessons of handling adversity, and it gave me an opportunity to be a good teammate, to be a good leader, despite going through some personal challenges. I didn't want to let my personal adversity affect how I was as a teammate, how I was as a friend, how I was as a leader or captain of the team. And so as hard as it is, as a competitor, wanting to play, wanting to compete, wanting to be out there on the field, it made me realize that I have to compete in other ways, that I have to still be that example of preparation, of work ethic, of enthusiasm, of energy. Because it'd be shallow or superficial if I only did that while I was starting or while I was playing well. It's got to be something that's a part of you regardless, and it's got to be something that comes from within, day in and day out, regardless of what situation you're in. And so, I'm appreciative of those lessons, of adversity, of trials. They teach you a lot about yourself. They help you understand what the important things in life and focus on the important things. And so, as hard as it was, you just got to make the most of whatever comes your way and use it to better you as a person.
Tanner, after your junior season, you came out and said, "Hey, I've been battling depression and anxiety, and you've been a poster child for that with collegiate athletes. You've gone on Yogi Roth's podcast and others to talk about it. What have the last 2 years been like as you've discussed that more publicly?"
Well, it's been huge. I think it was April of 2017. So coming up on 2 years since I first publicly talked about it, and it's been just one of the most rewarding things, being able to have these conversations, to have this kind of impact in the community, to be able to connect with people and to make a difference in people's lives. Just to be able to be a part of that has been really special. Something that I'm really thankful for. Just because those are things that last a lifetime. So I think football itself, playing the game itself is finite, but the impact that you have and the platform that you have because of it is something that lasts much longer. And so I'm grateful that I've been able to use that platform for something good, to raise my voice for a good cause, to help others, and something that I definitely want to continue. I want to help keep kind of eliminating that stigma surrounding mental health, and just to let people know that it's not a sign of weakness to go and get help, and that it's okay. So I'm really, really thankful for the opportunities that have come my way because of it.
Tanner Mangum with us on BYU Sports Nation. You recently sent out a post of you and Zach Wilson kind of referencing the crazy season that it was, but that BYU football is left in good hands. How would you describe your relationship with the up-and-coming quarterback for BYU, Zach Wilson?
It's been good. He and I were roommates on our game weekends every week in the hotels, and so we had that time together, and then every day in the quarterback room, in the locker room, the weight room, we were at the same lifting station in the weight room, and then every day out in the field. So we spent a lot of time together, and that's something that was cool with us, is that regardless of what the situation was, if I was starting, if he was starting, it didn't affect our friendship at all. We just kept that same camaraderie, that same kind of relationship. We just had fun together, joke around together, talk about a lot of things together, and so when he was starting, I just did my best to help him out, to talk about film, to talk about things that we saw in the field, to communicate to each other on the sidelines what we're seeing. In no way did it really did negatively affect our friendship. And so obviously he's got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of ability on the field, but he's also got a lot of great off-the-field qualities as well. And so I'm excited to see what where he goes. What he does. He's got a lot of potential. I remember back in August in fall camp, I saw his dad, and I was just saying, hey, he's got a really bright future ahead of him, and then he's shown glimpses of that, but I think the sky's the limit for him, and really excited to see what he does for the Cougars in the next few years.
Let's end with this. You're from Eagle, Idaho, in the Treasure Valley there. What was it like to finish your career in Boise?
It felt good. It was great just to be home. Kind of comes full circle. That's where obviously where I started playing football as a kid, and then to play my last game there as a collegiate athlete was pretty fun, pretty cool. I love Boise. I'm proud to be from there, and so just being back home felt good. It's always a good feeling being there, and then having family close by is nice too. And it was just a great team win overall. I think we prepared hard, and we just being able to finish our season on that note is always good. Being able to take that momentum into the off season was big for the program.
Tanner, you're a class act, my friend. Always great to talk to you, and we sincerely, collectively wish you the best of luck moving forward as you pursue a professional football career. Thanks so much.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Tanner Mangum on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, your values, your timeline, your financial future.